Have you ever looked at your retirement savings and felt that quiet panic set in? You worked hard, you played by the rules, but somewhere along the way, life just got expensive. And now, you're standing at the edge of your golden years wondering, how can I enjoy this next chapter without running out of money? It's a question so many people silently ask themselves in the middle of the night. Maybe you've caught yourself wondering if it's too late. Maybe you've felt ashamed that you didn't save more. But what if I told you there's a way to live not just affordably, but beautifully? On less than $1,000 a month? Not in some fantasy, but in real towns, with real markets, real sunsets, and real people who did it. This isn't about sacrifice, it's about freedom. So, grab a warm drink, sit back, and let's explore 5 countries where your money goes farther, your days feel richer, and retirement can finally feel like it was meant to. Peaceful, joyful, and yours. Country number 1, Ecuador. Let's start in South America, in the vibrant, mountain-wrapped country of Ecuador. The city of Cuenca has become something of a legend among American and European retirees, and for good reason. Take the story of Claire. She was 68 when she realized that staying in Florida meant living on the edge. Rent was swallowing her Social Security check, and her health insurance premiums kept creeping up. She felt like life was shrinking around her. Then she read a blog post about Cuenca. 3 months later, she was living in a colonial-style apartment above a bakery. The rent? $400 a month. Each morning she'd wake to the smell of fresh bread and the sound of church bells. Her afternoons were spent walking cobblestone streets, buying fruits and vegetables at the local market for a few dollars. Claire says she hasn't used her car since she got there, and doesn't miss it one bit. The healthcare system is a pleasant surprise for many expats. Claire enrolled in private insurance for under $70 a month, and public clinics often charge just a few dollars per visit. Cuenca also has a strong English-speaking expat community, which helped Claire settle in and feel at home. She thought she was escaping, but she found something instead. A life with more laughter, better food, slower mornings, and longer conversations, all on a Social Security check. That's the magic of Ecuador. Country number 2, Vietnam. Now we fly halfway across the world to Southeast Asia, to a place where culture, cuisine, and coastline blend into something truly unforgettable. Vietnam. When Robert and Susan retired, they didn't want to just downsize. They wanted an adventure. They spent decades in Michigan, raising kids, paying off the house, doing everything right. But at 65, they realized something. They didn't want to spend their best years watching snow fall through a window. They booked a one-way ticket to Da Nang. Neither of them spoke Vietnamese. They weren't sure what to expect, but within weeks, they fell in love. For just $450 a month, they found a spacious, modern apartment with a view of the ocean. They spend $2 to $3 per meal at local restaurants. Fresh seafood, pho that simmers for hours, smooth Vietnamese coffee under palm trees. Life slowed down. Their stress melted. Healthcare in Vietnam is modern, efficient, and shockingly affordable. An English-speaking doctor visit can cost as little as $25. And while the language was a barrier at first, they found an expat network willing to help. The biggest surprise? How safe and kind everything felt. From the fruit vendor who taught them numbers in Vietnamese to the teenagers who helped them cross the street, Robert and Susan never felt lost. They felt found. Country number 3, Portugal. Let's return to Europe, where ancient cities meet golden beaches. Portugal, especially the southern region known as the Algarve, is a favorite among retirees. Sandra had always dreamed of Europe, but she thought it was out of reach. In her mind, retiring to Europe was something for the wealthy. But a friend told her about Portugal, and that one conversation changed everything. She moved to Lagos, a coastal town that looks like it belongs in a travel magazine. For $500 a month, she rents a one-bedroom apartment within walking distance of the beach. Every Saturday, she strolls through the open-air market to buy olives, cheese, and warm pastries for a few euros. Locals greet her with smiles. The town feels safe, walkable, and calm. Portugal offers public health care to legal residents, and private insurance can be incredibly cheap, sometimes just $60 a month. And because English is widely spoken in many parts of Portugal, Sandra didn't feel isolated. Now, she spends her mornings journaling by the water, sipping espresso at sidewalk cafes, and living a life that once felt impossible. Portugal didn't just offer affordability, it gave her the romance of life again. Country number 4, Mexico. Closer to home, but a world away in charm. Mexico remains one of the most popular retirement destinations for Americans and Canadians. James, a retired firefighter, never imagined living outside the U.S. But after a divorce and a tough couple of years financially, he knew he needed a fresh start. A buddy told him about Lake Chapala, where thousands of American retirees had already built a community. He arrived skeptical, but within a week, something shifted. The town was beautiful, the lake shimmered, the people welcomed him like an old friend. James rents a casita for $380 a month. His meals cost around $5. He says he eats better than he ever did back home. Fresh tortillas, grilled vegetables, flavorful stews. His Spanish? Still not great, but he's learning. And the locals are patient. He walks more, sleeps better, laughs often, and with the savings, he bought a used car and even flies home to visit his grandkids twice a year. For James, Mexico gave him more than affordability. It gave him joy. Country number 5, Georgia. Now for a hidden gem, the country of Georgia, not the U.S. state, but the charming, culture-rich nation nestled between Europe and Asia. When Linda stumbled across a travel vlog about Georgia, she was skeptical. But something about the old stone streets of Tbilisi, the mountain villages, and the food, it stayed with her. 6 months later, she landed in Tbilisi. Her apartment, right in the heart of the historic district, cost her just $300 a month. She eats out for $4 or less. Local wine flows freely, and strangers invite her to dinner. Georgia offers a 1-year renewable visa for U.S. citizens with almost no paperwork. Healthcare is affordable, and while not as advanced as in Western Europe, it's improving fast. But what struck Linda most was the warmth. Neighbors check in, people smile, and despite being far from home, she felt more connected than she had in years. She writes poetry again. She joined a walking group. And at 72, she says she's finally living. So there you have it. 5 countries where $1,000 a month isn't a struggle. It's a gateway to peace, to adventure, to community, to the kind of life you may have thought was behind you. Retirement doesn't have to mean cutting corners. It can mean widening your world. These stories, Claire, Robert and Susan, Sandra, James, and Linda, aren't extraordinary. They're simply people who chose possibility over fear. And you can too. Your next chapter is waiting, and it may be in a place you've never been, but always dreamed of. If this video gave you hope or helped you imagine a better future, we'd love for you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're here to guide you through every step of this journey, with stories, advice, and real possibilities for life after 60. Because comfort, joy, and dignity, they aren't luxuries. They're your right.